Hello everyone. My name is Alex Lazaris, and I'm so excited to be joining you bright and early this morning with a poster design stream. So, for those of you who don't know, my name is Alex Lazaris, and I'm a graphic designer based in LA. I run a design studio named Lazaris. You can check out our work at wearelazaris.com. I see a lot of our regulars here. What up, Sam? What up, Carol? What up, Bella? What up, everybody? Gareth, hello. I like to keep these poster design streams super open to what chat wants to do. So if you have any ideas, you want to see certain things, please bring it all in. Like, we can run and riff with whatever you kind of want to see done. We got an hour, so we got a lot of things we can cover. I'm gonna be working within Photoshop and Illustrator today, so that's gonna be really exciting. I've got some initial ideas, but really, I like jamming with what chat kind of throws at us. So if you have prompts, ideas, things like that, what up, Oliver? How you doing? Reverb Mike, what's up? Yeah, just throw them at me. We'll have some fun. So this kind of is coming around because I am in the process of rebranding the studio. So we're starting to have some fun, but we've got some assets that you can start with for free. If you go to wearelazaris.com, go to our resources tab and go to our Acid Wave pack, you can see that there's different licensing things. There's test files in here. If you click the test files link, you'll get access to download 5 of our asset packs. Just try it out. It's free. Costs you nothing. That's what I'm going to be probably jamming with a little bit today. I've got some type ideas as well. If you ever need inspiration, though, feel free to go over to Behance. You've got this beautiful search bar up here. Poster. You'll just type in posters. Clever saying, hi, I lurk. Cool, RB, what's up? Yeah, so you can just kind of start scrolling through Behance and find some inspiration for your pieces. Right now, we know that in the current design trend world, everything is a little retro 90s feeling, a little bit grungy, gritty, lots of gradient halftones, lots of blurs, lots of filters and effects and halftones and grunge kind of added onto things. This is an interesting project. It's not super on trend right now, but let's see, maybe something like this could work as well. We also can start pulling stuff from Unsplash as well as potentially starting point. So pretty much anything you want to see in chat, we can make happen. Just let me know. We'll bring it up. All right, let's go straight into my artboards. So like I said, I'm going to be working within our Photoshop and Illustrator today. As part of the rebrand we've been working on, I've got a type poster that I want to get made and print it. But not only that, I want to also, what I really want to do is print it out and then scribble and doodle all over it, maybe throw some paint at it as well, and just really have some fun with it. Let me know if you're having issues with the stream. It looks like it was lagging a little bit on my end, but if not, great. Cool. So we'll just go straight into this. I really like black as a poster background color. So I'll just start with that. Right now the dimensions for this poster that I'm thinking about doing is 18 by 24. So I'm doing this with an Illustrator. I've also got a Photoshop file open as well. Some of the previous poster stuff that I've done with the Acid Wave stuff is here, but we'll use this as a starting point just because I really like the poster mock-up. That piece of print I think is a really good way of bringing that texture into it, and it's just a good starting point for us. Cool. Sam says it seems good. Awesome. All right, so typically what I like to do with these is start off with 12 columns. All right, so what I'm going to do here, just start with these. I'm going to make some guides because I'm going to want this first one to be more type based. All right, so we got so what I'm doing is duplicating the grids by just dragging over a column and then pressing Command D, and it'll just duplicate that step and repeat. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Cool, so we'll kill one. Cool, yep, okay, confirmed 12 columns, which is great. What I'm going to do is want to just drag it, so I'm just going to pull it, I'm going to group it together, and then I'm going to center it on this artboard. I'm doing this literally just so I have a guide for us to work off of. I'm going to keep spreading that a little bit further as well. I want to give a little bit of a margin on the edge. All right, so now what I can do here is I can go to right click on it, and then I think it's object, path, guide. Always forget where things are on stream. It's always good. Let's see here. Path. All right, well, we'll just Command Shift X, and then it'll make it outline instead. I won't spend too much time on that. I'm gonna just make this that like pink, just so we know it's a guide. I'll lower the opacity just a tiny bit, just so I can keep it kind of there. Sean, hope you had a good stream today, dude. All right, so we're gonna pull in the new Lazaris logo. Boom, throw it in. Got that copy left symbol. Let people be able to download it and remix it later on their own. Cool. I think that might be fun. I'm gonna probably keep it all the way down to the bottom of the poster print. Cool. I've got some type that I've already pulled coming from our website. Let me just turn it into white. Whoa. Let me grab that. Boom. Cool. Carol asked, why is the C backwards? So great question, Carol. The copyright logo that you're normally used to, where the copy is to the right, the C is to the right. This is the copy left logo. The intention behind this is that we're completely opening up our brand to let people remix the brand. Copyright is obviously you're holding all rights reserved for your brand, your logo, your trademark. The intention behind being copy left is that we are open to letting people remix our brand. We don't want to own it. It feels weird, you know, my last name is Lazaris. Greeks, there's many Greeks with the last name Lazaris. We want to open up that to everybody and kind of tell multiple people's story and not just about me or my logo and things like that. So on our website, we're gonna have a whole section where you can download our entire logo and remixes that other people make when they upload it to our website and let you completely play with it. So that's the intention behind it. Just letting people have ownership over or not ownership, but like kind of collective ownership over things. It's like open sourcing your logo essentially is what we're trying to do. Yeah, it definitely opens up conversations for sure. Yeah, so yeah, eventually on the website, we're rebuilding it right now. You'll have a whole section. You can go in there. Ideally on the web page, you'll be able to click and then the letters and everything will change as well. Kind of like changing up the perspective of like what a brand means to be and letting people have creative ownership of their own version of what the Lazaris brand means. Cool, so I'm gonna just pull this in. I'm gonna paste it over place. Command F, command on front. Sweet, so I'm just pulling this over. Just gonna grid this up real quick. And just pull it over. Cool. Sweet. So it's starting to get a little bit interesting. Maybe I need to just like lower this opacity down a little bit. Drop it to like 50%. And we'll just Command 3 to hide that. And then this gives us plenty of space, so I can come in and just kind of like throw paint all over it if I want to, and have a lot of fun with it. So I think that could work as like just an intro piece. Carol says save. Yeah, I should probably save it. Good call. All right, let's see here. Lazarus posters.ai. Boom. Cool. So that's one option. We can also start. So this is going to be intentionally blank or pretty blank comparatively. We could also start pulling in some other fun elements. So for those of you all don't know, you can have a lot of fun with just building cool shapes within Illustrator and then doing the like mirror and flip stuff. So let's see what we want to do here. Let me just remove these strokes. Cool. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this yet. Let's see. So we'll have some fun. Do I want this to be like centered? Okay, maybe that's a thing. All right, let's just have some fun. But yeah, chat, if you have any ideas around what things you want to see, let's do it. All right, so I've got, these are centered. Let me take it out of Pathfinder. So now I've got this shape. I think it might need to be a little bit thicker in the middle. I think it's a little too thin. Let me just 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just make sure it's okay. All right, let's try it. So I can do this, and then I can do object, repeat radial, and see what that does. That's kind of interesting. We can also like space them out a little bit more, so maybe there's a better shape that we're seeing start to happen. No. Something like that could work. We're just starting to have some fun making some weird stuff happen. We can also change how many are in there. Something like that could be interesting. All right, and we'll just keep playing with this. Kim says, I miss where the templates are. Does anyone know? It depends on what you're looking for, Kim. If you're looking for the acid wave pack, it's on wearelazaris.com. And then you're going to resources, go to acid wave pack, and you can download the task files there. That will give you 5 assets to work with, and those 5 look like this. Well, of course, there we go, like this, and you can start pulling those into your Photoshop files. We'll show you in like 15 minutes how to start leveraging those. In terms of like the template for the poster that we just made, there's not one. It's just go into Illustrator, make an 18 by 24 grid, and then make 12 different columns, and then space them out accordingly, and then you've got your long columns for it. Cool. All right, so we'll see how that goes. All right, so that's getting a little funky. Maybe we'll try another version where we take this, and instead of doing a what was the one we just used? We used a radial. Maybe we'll do a mirror and see what happens. Oh no, mirror's not going to do what I want it to. Maybe I need to just flip it. I think it's maybe a little bit too aggressive. Let's see. If I just take the corners and start playing with it like that, maybe that's better. So what I just did there was I took the corner anchor tool and I've just kind of slowly pulled those in. What I could do, I'll try a version here, and I will group them together and see what happens if I take these 4 corners, start playing with it like that, just smooth it out a little bit more. Maybe that's nice. Can also make that middle section a little bit bigger. Okay, that could work. So what we're going to do is we're going to just pull this, and then we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to look for repeat, and then we can do it as a grid. The grid's not nearly as fun in this kind of format. So, All right, what we're going to do is we're actually going to just go back into object. We're going to go into repeat radial again and see what we can do with it. Starts to look like a little Rorschach test there. That's not bad. It's kind of cool, actually. Something like that is kind of fun. You know, you could take that in a couple different ways. So we'll take that and we'll just see what happens. Where does it start to really... that's not as exciting. Oh yeah, Joshua, radial repeat is awesome. You can have so much fun with it. You can, like, this is such a cool way to start exploring with like different objects and images and pieces, and like you can really get really nitty gritty with it. You know, you can, it's one of my newest favorite tools that I learned about a couple months ago. That's a little messy still, but cool. So, you know, we can take this, you can take this into a corner of a piece. I'm just going to eyedropper that. You can take it and you can kind of grid it up if you want to. You can take this as like an individual element. And then try to take that like that. Boom. Something like that, and then just remove those. See how it's looking like. Okay, cool. You got like a little empty space there. Maybe I just need to like scale them down a little bit more. So I'm just gonna press what did I just do? Oh, that's what I did. All right. If you want to scale things down really quickly, you can press S on your keyboard and then press enter, and that's going to bring up the scale tool, and then put 50%, and then do it again. S50, it's already there. If you select all 4 of them at the same time, it's going to scale it all down, and it'll just pull it towards the middle of your screen. Reverb mic says roll it like a wagon wheel. Yep. Perfect. So that's where we're at right now. We got a little, you know, that's happening. Maybe when we want to start playing with some other different like type posters. So we have the option of, well, I guess it really depends on what chat wants to do. We can go in and start pulling in some interesting compositions in Photoshop and start editing images, or we can continue playing around with the type. I'm going to just start with some copywriting real quick, throw it up. See what we got here. Let's go to the libraries again. I can break the Lazaris logo poster. Oh, did I already do that over here? No, okay. Let's see. Can I stroke? Cool. And then just trying to see what I can pull in terms of a letter form into the logo. Maybe I just want the A. Just pull that out. Boom. Mess with that. Boom. Do I want it closer to current? Yeah. Something like that. Seems like a little bit makes more sense. So we could do, just have some fun with it real quick. Reverb says, I used to use Dingbats fonts for stuff like this before Adobe killed it. Oh. You can still use your Dingbats. Have some fun with that if we wanted to. Something like that could work. Let's see here. I'm gonna grab weekdays, type that in. I go in here, and then I'm going to type in Swiss. Start having some fun with it. All right, let's see. I'm going to remove these. Oops. Yeah, these aren't doing anything for me right now, but later we can keep them or add them back. Cool. Maybe that's fine. I wonder, maybe I'll just do a filled version and see how that feels. This font that I'm using is called Nerd, which I think is a fun little typeface. I'm just gonna paste this, oops, paste this behind that. Open weekdays. Let's pull off this up top, pull this here. If there's any copy y'all want to see in here, we can do that too. We can have some fun with it. Let's see here. Maybe we just need to just keep pushing this poster around. Maybe there needs to be a list of we grab this type Monday through Friday. Start to just like have some fun with like how are we laying out type. Maybe I'll just do something a little bit smaller. Wonder if I should do like our monospace typeface, space mono, Monday through Friday. Let's see. If I center this and put on the thing, is that better? Maybe. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe it's just more minimal. And this gets like everything is just way more downplayed. We can have fun with that. Let's see. Let's see. I really like the lime green on the brand. So I think I'll probably do like a poster as well around pulling all that in. Just just gonna grab all this except for these layers, just Command C, and then Command F. Open weekdays, cool. I think that's okay. All right, we'll do this, duplicate it over, and then I'm just gonna play with some more type on it. We'll do something like more visually heavy, I think. I love like racing mantras. So like a lot of automotive racers will have like tape or stuff over the speedometer, because if you're paying attention to the speedometer, you're not paying attention to your corners. And so we used to like write motivational quotes on them. And so that way, if you do look down on your speedometer, you're like reminded of that motivational quote. My Lemons racing team would say like, you're not just like a you know, you're not a famous car racer, so just like chill. Like you're not Senna, like keep the car intact, because you know, if you crash the car, the rest of your team can't race. So one of my favorite quotes from racing was like, leave your mistakes behind you. And then let's see, I'm just gonna stack it and see, take out the paragraph tool. Let me make sure it's not hyphenated. Don't hyphenate, cool. Leave your mistakes behind you. And then the like follow-up is like, all opponents are mistakes. So let's see, if we do this, we do bold, maybe it needs to be all caps. Paragraph, all caps, doom, doom, doom. What up, Boomacorn? How you doing? What up? Do something like, I don't know if that's like strong enough on its own. Maybe it needs to also just be like tracked out, and maybe it's smaller. And then we can do this in like lime green libraries. And then we can like bring this into in Studio, and we can start spray painting all over it and bring in some more of that grunge. But I think for the sake of this, we can just start messing around in Photoshop. We can start playing around with some of these textures. What I can do here is grab some of these texture pack pieces. Yeah, let's do that. Just pull that in directly. Cool. And what I'm going to do here is just start messing with stuff and trying to break this original image. And that's the intention with this, is like, if you don't like the color and it's not working on your piece, that's totally fine. If I wanted to, I can, you know, bring it in directly into this poster here and just start playing with it, you know, change the blending mode, opacity, just change it to like soft light, screen, you know, you can start messing with it. And already just like by screening it, you're having like a really nice texture being brought in there, you know. But I don't want to make Illustrator do all the heavy lifting that I'm trying to get Photoshop to do it. Abu says, if I want to change colors, absolutely allowed. Do whatever you want with these pieces. This is exactly why we built this asset pack. Yeah, so if you wanted to change your colors, you know, you could go in here and go to gradient map, pull it in. You can pull just one of the basics if you want like that, or you can go in there and like bring this in. You can always customize it as well. Go and customize, you know, maybe I want purple, like a dark or maybe like a really bright pink. And then maybe I want like a dark blue in there. And maybe I need to like flip the order of it. You know, and then you can throw in like, maybe you want like an orange or like a yellow. Yeah, boom. You know, you can go in there and do that really quickly with like a gradient map. That's totally fine. You can apply any filters, anything you want to it. So like, you know, you could just filter, I'll make it a smart object, convert to smart object. And then what I can do in here is go in and like do, it really depends on what I'm trying to go for, but I can go like blur and do like a Gaussian blur and just like, it starts to get a little bit more, I can just do like a 2 to Gaussian blur. And then what I can do is go in and another one of our pieces that we have is like a paper texture pack. And I believe we have a test kit for that too. Let me see. Oh yeah, cool. So we also have a paper textures pack and tears. You can go again, we are Lazaris, just go to our resources section, go to the torn papers and textures pack, download our test pack, and it'll give you like test files again. You can just download and start playing with. What I'm going to do with that is actually go in here and start like texturing things. So I'm going to grab I don't know if this is one of the free ones or you need to purchase the pack for it, but if you want to purchase it, it's on my Behance. And you just see this really cool texture that's coming out on it. But what I'm going to do is just change the blend mode on this piece. Start getting kind of a little bit more crazy with it. So that's kind of an interesting color dodge, just changing the opacity. Oh, I really like that lighter color like that is really cool. You know, you pull that in, you can start to, wow, it's kind of fun. Let's see here. If I wanted to, what would I want to do now? Maybe I'd do a tear. Torn edge. I'll grab one of these tears. I'm just going to pull it down here. Boom. Peter, is there a reverb? Interesting. Let me know if there is a reverb or an echo, and I can adjust my sound settings for sure. Yeah, just let me know, guys. Y'all. All right, so we got that. Maybe that's a thing. Maybe I don't want it to be like torn so much like that. That works. Or I can also just like screen it. You know, we can start playing with like how this all works. Divide. I'm gonna do a divide. That could be cool. And boom. Cool. That's kind of interesting. I'll just keep playing with that. I think it's cool, but I think the color is a little washed out on the background. So I'm just gonna like do a curves pass. Just play with it like that, which is fine. Okay, cool. Joshua says the audio is fine for him. Cool, cool, cool. Perfect. All right, so that's interesting. Maybe I need to just adjust the yellow to not be so yellow, make it more orange real quick in my gradient map. Boom. And then I'll add a little touch of yellow back into it just so we have like a little bit more of a highlight. There we go. Cool. Now that tear is getting a little bit too divided. Let's see. I can just lower it down a little bit. Maybe that's not necessary. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. That feels all right. Maybe I'll want to throw another texture on just in case. Oh. I think this might be an interesting one. Let's see. Peter says, looks like Alex races motorcycles. Yeah, I used to race motorcycles. I used to be a professional downhill skateboarder. Yeah. And now I race Lemons cars and go-karts and stuff. But yeah, all the things. Definitely no shortage of fun. Let's see here. This is kind of a fun like tie-dye effect thing, but I think it's a little bit too much maybe on this piece. It needs to not divide. We'll leave it like that. What other things do I want to do to this piece? I can do filter. I can add some noise in, dust and scratches. Hey Annika, what up? You came here for the memes? I don't know if this would do anything. If it has wheels, Alex races them. That is true. That is true. If it doesn't have wheels, I'm not really good at racing them. Running, not gonna race. Sailboats, I would race sailboats if I, one, had a sailboat, and two, could practice sailboating. So sailboats, nope, not a thing I can race. All right, cool. I'm gonna just save this real quick into my Adobe Live folder. Posters. And then I'll probably try to figure out another way to like add some more texture and grid into this a little bit. Let me go into this piece. We can just duplicate this. I'll remove that stroke. There's a bunch of things we can do. Let's see. We'll just grab this. Where did I just save you? Let me grab my thing. Adobe Live posters. Cool. I'm gonna grab it in here. Put the boat on a trailer. That would be fun. Absolutely down for that. So I've got this cool image here. We can always mock it up also in Photoshop. Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll start it off. I do feel like this poster wants to be done in Photoshop, so we'll do that real quick. Go to this artboard, and then we can turn off all my blobs. We've got this image. Cool. And then I'll do this. Smart object. Okay. Peter says, now I ride a Vespa. That's awesome. Joshua says, I want to get into drone racing at some point in my life. Ooh. That's drone racing, I feel like, is like a really great way to get motion sickness and also spend a lot of money. I feel like I would crush the drones so much, but I guess they have like your propellers and stuff are like pretty inexpensive to replace. I don't know. It's crazy. Watching people do that is yeah, it's cool. It's not easy. Cool. What I'm going to do here is just grab this. Boom, boom, boom. Just grab that rectangle, and then I'm going to go in here, and I'm just going to mask this out. that starts to look really interesting. Cool. Now what we can do, yeah, Reverb says it's all fun and games until you fly your drone into a tree. That, and you're like, because the drone racers have like goggles, it's like your face feels like you're probably crashing into a tree. That seems crazy to me. But yeah, Joshua says, I think they're designed to be crashing with in mind. Absolutely. I guess that's the one saving grace on that. Let's see here. What else can we do with this? We can just play with some type, maybe. Let me see. I can do. Let's get in here. Yeah, Sam says just how fast paced it is crazy to me. Yeah, I agree. Oops, I'm opening the wrong Photoshop. It's so fast paced. It feels like you're like doing like the game like Trackmania, but you're doing it in person, and that just feels wild to me. Chat, what do you think we should write on this poster? Should it feel like I don't know. I feel like in this like grungy, like very on trend thing right now, it's kind of like, I don't know, I'm trying to think if I was designing like a Gen Z style poster, what is it? I feel like it's a little bit sarcastic, a little bit meme-like. Weekdays, so you can be like, are for me, for weekends. And do something like weekdays are for you or something. I don't know. And then just like duplicate this. Command J to duplicate. Or for the boss. I don't know. Maybe that's fine. I don't know. The week is going by fast. Feels like Monday was just yesterday. Thanks, Reverb. Thanks. Oh, man. All right, let's see here. Let me just track this out a little bit and then scale it down to like maybe 35, 20. Let me just shrink it. Boom. Just gonna zoom into that. Cool. Boom, boom. Right. And then I'm gonna just essentially do the exact same thing. I'm just gonna Command J that, and then just drag it over. And then me. And then I'm going to grab both those layers and then pull them away from the type, just so it's a little bit more balanced. Weekends, weekdays, cool. And maybe this is like a, that's fine, maybe. And McCorn says I like the colors. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I think they're pretty fun. Let's see. I'm going to just make sure my layers are organized, and I'm going to just treat it a little bit more like an album cover, maybe a little asymmetrical there. Again, we can take, let's make one of these, let's make a thing, kind of like what we did earlier with the radial tool. I'm just going to make this black. We'll do the mirror thing, make like a paste and place on above, change that up, and then do something like this. Make some little designy elements. Okay, I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to just quickly rotate it like that and see what we can do. We'll do an object, repeat radial, and get some little cool little interlocking pieces going. Okay, that's working. Let me just change this to white now. And maybe it doesn't need to be white. Let's just see. I'm going to copy paste it into Photoshop. I keep doing that. I'm working in the Photoshop beta, and I keep opening up Photoshop regular. So something like that could be interesting, but I feel like it needs some like texture to it. Sorry, like helicopters flying over like crazy right now. Let's see here. I'm going to take a texture and then try to texture all the copy maybe. Maybe that's actually what it's missing, because everything else is feeling too clean. All right, let's do everything gets put into a group, and then I'm just going to press Command J, or sorry, Alt click on that layer. I'm going to obviously make that bigger so it covers everything. And I'm going to try to divide the pieces. Boom, 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 boom. Trying to see. I think that might be okay. I wonder if I need to maybe I'll do also, like, instead of pass through, I'll do a little bit too crazy there. Exclusion, no. What I want is color overlay. Let me see. Color overlay, make this black. Color. It's not giving me what I want. What am I looking for? Oh, maybe I need to do a curves just on this. Grit, boom, pass that up like that. And then do like a color overlay. Black and white on that as well. What am I thinking? Oh, I think what if I ungroup this, actually? I'm gonna ungroup those. Okay, that's kind of cool. Let me grab this texture and then click the eyedropper. Let me see. Image, select. Let me see a magic wand. All right, I'm going to do image, edit, select. Oh, there we go. Select similar. Cool. Let's do select similar. And then what I'm going to try to do is on that group, do a mask. Yeah, maybe I'll do that mask. And then I can do another layer and then invert that mask and then try to, so now I've got like 2 layers of that content. Now I'm trying to just color dodge, or like I'm trying to like add a little bit more grunge to it. So maybe I need to just go back in here and select this gray now, and then delete that layer mask, and then go into this mask, and then yeah, it feels a little bit better. So I think just by doing that, we've got 2 different like texture effects going on it, and it starts to feel a little bit better. And of course we can like play with some of the like opacity. We can always grunge brush it too, just so it's like a little bit less perfect. But I think that's probably, I think we're okay on that spot. So we're gonna have some fun with that. McCoy said it sounded like a large fan. Yeah, it was definitely a like military helicopter or something. Very, very loud. Barbara, have fun at your disappointment. Thank you for hanging out. All right, so we got that. I think we've got some pretty good stuff so far. Let's see what we can do in like 2 seconds. We got 3 whole minutes. Duplicate. Ooh. Duplicate. Artboard. Cool. Let's grab it down here. Let's get rid of this type stuff. We can do another version of this. Cool. We got this piece. Ooh, I like this one a lot. Grab this. In 3 minutes, let's see how much we can get done. Let's see, cool, we can do, a quick little like copy paste. So we'll just duplicate that. And then what we'll do is we'll just crop like a center chunk, and then mask it. And then we will throw on a gradient map on top of it. And then Alt click onto it, then add whatever colors we want. And then we'll do like a curves change. Again, Alt click, so it's just impacting that one layer. I think in this case, maybe we need to do like orange. Maybe that yellow again. And then bring in some pinks, maybe a red. We can have some fun with that. I know it's like not perfectly centered or anything. We can always unclip that and just like mess with this, so it's like a little bit more centered in that space. We can go grab this and this. Yeah. So anyways, it's an option. We have like embedding different squares and things in there, so it can be fun. Umacorn says, oh, the green purple one is nice as well. Wade says some psychedelic designs. Yeah, they're fun, a little psychedelic, little funsies. What we ended up doing today, we made 2 posters really quick in Photoshop. We ended up making a bunch of different like radial like design elements really quickly with the radial repeat tool. We made some like kind of type, showed you how to use like make your own grid within Illustrator. Just having fun with some of these like poster ideas. Some of them are still pretty loose and rough. A lot of these need to come together after printing them and everything. But yeah, overall, super fun stream. I hope you all had a great time. I love doing these as like little caffeine, wake up your creative juices in the morning before you get plugging along with your day. So hopefully you take away that and start having fun with it as well. Make sure you go to our website, wearelazarus.com, and go get those resources if you want them. They're free, or you can buy them as well. In the meantime, that's me, Alex Lazaris. See y'all later. Thank you, chat. Bye-bye, everybody. See y'all later. Bye.